To other news now, prioritizing infrastructure and ensuring public-private partnership for funding will improve airport viability across the country. These are the submissions of industry executives at the 9th Airport Business Summit and Expo held in Ikeja.
The Airport Business Summit and Expo, which started as a means to peculiarly address airport challenges, brought together key stakeholders in the aviation business under one roof.
We believe that if the airports are doing well and air transportation is relatively affordable and reasonable and available, it gives a good chance for businesses in Nigeria to grow.
Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Management in his opening address says the prospect of efficiency and service delivery rests on improved infrastructure by public-private partnership.
Governments cannot shoulder the burden of airport development and expansion alone. Public-private partnership offers a viable solution to financing infrastructure projects at the airports, and of course in also modernizing airport facilities.
The managing director of FAN admits that most of the airports are operating below required standard, and aside developing infrastructure, technology must be leveraged and partnerships must be harnessed.
Investment that is needed to sustain the aviation sector in Nigeria cannot come from government. It's absolutely impossible. What I call on you for is for us together to explore the private sector models that actually work and put in legal entity frameworks.
The acting CEO of Bicotany Aviation says connecting trade centers and facilitating movement of goods should be key in building new airport infrastructure, and describes the MMA2 as a successful model of a public-private partnership.
MMA2 is a very successful model of a PPP in Nigeria. And what has happened basically for us is that we have enough funding for us to be able to set up infrastructure, and secondly, for you to be able to maintain, because these are the key words.
Airport management had performance-based contests by pitching presentations as panel discussion addresses issues surrounding development and GDP growth.
A major part of this summit is a discussion about local airports, the smaller airports in some of the states, and how incentives can be given to them to thrive so as to drive growth and boost economy. Ayomide Ajaybe, TVC News, Lagos.
The Minister of Water Resources, Professor Joseph Utsev, has expressed the federal government's commitment to speedy completion of Ogbese Multi-Purpose Dam project in Ekiti State. The minister spoke when he inspected the dam in company of top officials of the ministry. Senior reporter Ayodeji Moradio has more.
This inspection by the Minister of Water Resources, Professor Joseph Utsev, is in continuation of his tour of ongoing projects in southwest Nigeria. This time he is in Ekiti State to inspect the Ogbese Multi-Purpose Dam project. The project, which was launched in 2009, is expected to provide potable water for the benefit of people of the state. The minister, who was accompanied by top officials from the ministry, moved around the project site. He said the federal government has approved funds for the completion of the project. The minister added that the dam has the capacity for water supply, irrigation and hydropower.
Funding for this particular project, which Mr. President has graciously approved, and very soon the installation of this hydropower component will be completed, and the second phase of this particular project, which is the water supply and the irrigation complaints, will also be done.
He added that the President Bola Tinubu's administration will not leave any developmental project uncompleted.
This administration is doing everything to not leaving any stone unturned, that all projects that we have abandoned will be completed. As we are going around the country, we are looking at projects that we abandoned and looking at projects that have the capacity at that point of completed, so that when they are completed, they will give the units they will give the dividends of democracy to Nigerians. That is why we're going around the country to see projects that when funds are being earmarked.
Well, so far so good, because we have been able to make use of the available funds to arrive at the present progress. We have achieved 70%. And in any examination, you know that once someone achieves 70%, it's a pass mark. So I think we have achieved 70% with what was given to us.
The tourism and agriculture potential of the dam will also be beneficial for the people when completed. Ayodeji Moradeyo, TVC News.
Nigeria's First Lady, Olurebi Tinubu, has launched the Renewed Hope Initiative Empowerment Program to empower 37,000 women petty traders across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. At the launch ceremony in Asaba, the First Lady emphasized the importance of focusing on local women, citing their pivotal role as the backbone of the local economy. Ikenamechi was there.
Before going to the venue of the ceremony, Senator Oluremi Tinubu visited Governor Sheriff Oborowori at the government house.
So this is your second home. So that's why we mobilized to receive you. And the program is a program that is very, very impactful. And we are touching women and touching people across, and not only in Delta State.
Then to the event center, where thousands of women here cheered her arrival to flag off the empowerment program. Wife of the Delta State Governor Tobori Oborowori, who thanked the First Lady for her gesture, revealed the support of her husband for the scheme.
Your commitment to the well-being of Nigerians through your Renewed Hope initiative in agriculture, education, economic empowerment, social investment, and healthcare is commendable. My dear husband, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborowori, is supporting this empowerment team with the sum of 50 million naira.
The Renewed Hope initiative demonstrates the First Lady's commitment to gender empowerment and economic inclusion as she disclosed her Shekiri name for the first time here.
It's like a pet name, but I think that's the name my mom gave me, Ugbone. And we have consistently delivered on this promise for both women and youth across the 6 geopolitical zones to supporting the economic reforms of the administration of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR. We recognize that empowering women economically is not just a moral imperative, but a strategic one. Where women thrive, their families thrive, and by extension, our communities and our nation prosper.
By empowering these women, the initiative seeks to stimulate economic growth and development at the grassroots level. The First Lady also urges women to participate in every home a garden contest and reveals that there are a lot of empowerment programs lined up. Ikenna Amage, TVC News, Asaba.
Nigeria's leading automobile company, Innocent Motors, has been described as a model good to achieve industrialized automotive services in Africa. A team of African Association of Automotive Manufacturing and NADDC, who visited Innocent Motors manufacturing company in Inewi, made the statement. Senior reporter Bamdele Ajayi has details and will return with more business news.
The quest to change the narrative of Nigeria being the dumping ground of used automobile vehicles is a concern federal government is planning to mitigate. National Bureau of Statistics survey shows that 3.5 quarters of about 11.8 million licensed cars in Nigeria roads are used vehicles. The team of automobile giants in Africa are here in Nnewi, Anambra State, southeast Nigeria, on a facility tour to Innocent Motors Manufacturing Company. The group, led by the DG, Nigeria Automotive Design Development Council, underscores the essence of the inspection, which tends to create methodologies and technology utilization to solve automotive challenges, enhance competitiveness and innovation in their respective productions.
We are here to see what Innocent is doing and then see how can we use component manufacturing in Nigeria to support it, because it's important that we develop the value chain. The first factory we went to there, we manufacture from the scratch.
The delegation of AAAM commends Innocent Vehicles for their supply of local manufacturing growth in Africa automotive industry.
Now, I'm really impressed with what I see here. The government needs to implement the automotive policy into law. Must have the bill approved, right, and then implement it, and you will see investment come into this country on automotive.
The Chief Executive Officer, Innocent Vehicles Manufacturing Company, expresses readiness to collaborate with manufacturing companies with the aim to strengthen the Africa automotive industry.
We manufacturers in Africa, if all of us can join together, cooperate with others, supply parts to each other, I think it's a good success. It will bring good thing for Africa.
Innocent Motors continues to blaze the trail as the Nigerian leading automobile industry, which prides itself with the production of classic vehicles, trucks, ambulances, cars, armored vehicles, lorries, shuttles, tricycles with durable and long-lasting vehicles suitable for African roads.